everybody, welcome back. Rookie Mazda time here at Oulton Park on the Foster's layout. Let's see what we can do. Seems like if you start in the back, you can avoid the messes, but you have no shot at the lead. If you start in the front, you run the risk of being in all the messes, but you give yourself a shot at a win. So, qualified second, probably could have the time to grab the pole. I actually feel like I have decent pace this week. So, just a couple mistakes lap 2 that gave time away, but I ran races last week at Summit Point, didn't record any because they set it to run at night, and the headlights on these things are terrible, and there are no track lights at Summit Point, so it was actually kind of tough to see at some parts, and it was not a very good viewing experience. So took that one off from showing you guys because you couldn't really see much, and this week's much better being in the daylight. So I'm just gonna do what we can. Try to see if we can get a decent start.
Okay,
like
Jake,
I said, avoid the
ready.
carnage, and hopefully have a decent race.
Go, go, go.
Not a terrible start. Looks like the leader did not have a very good start. So, momentarily grab us the lead. You can see already almost 3 wide into turn 1. This week I'm feeling better about the car on cold tires. It can still be a bit sketchy, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was at VIR, at least for me. I don't know if that's me learning how to drive this thing better or if it's just a difference in the baseline setup and how it's running. Feels like it gets pretty good grip from lap 2 on. So if I can just skate away this lap, maintaining this lead, not have somebody right behind me, could be actually a decent run. So just kind of taking it easy lap 1. Like I said, don't need to overdrive it. Do enough to just sit here. Got a really good start, so I want to capitalize on that, but no reason to throw it away unnecessarily either. You're gonna watch some cars come flying in. Looks like the 8 dove it in there. I believe it's track layout map. I think that's considered turn 10. I believe it's considered either 5 or 6 for iRacing safety.
Okay, Jake, keep doing what you're doing. This
Safety
is
part.
You're now in the lead.
Maybe those two will get into a battle or wreck each other. I don't know. Kind of want a boring race for you guys where nobody challenging, and I can just focus on lines and driving away. I'm actually kind of growing to like the rotation of the car. I feel like I'm starting to learn that style of driving a little bit better, so it's been kind of fun. I also thought about it as well. Once I can feel confident here in the rookie series, run clean races, get the lap times where I want them to be, consistency, then I think the next step, instead of just going to GT4 fixed, I think I actually kind of want to work on setup theory a little bit for road cars, and this is a decent car to do it in, even though you don't have quite so much the aero side. I can work on some of the suspension and the ride height attitude of the chassis, so probably going to run a combination of SimLab Production Car Challenge, as well as the Advanced MX-5 series, depending on what tracks they are on each week. Spend some time in that, hit some goals in there, and then I can look at GT4 fixed. Oh, terrible. Just completely missed the downshift and tried to do it last minute, and it just ripped the car around. So, we've just needlessly thrown the lead away.
Come on, Jake. Don't
and
panic.
the 8, who we know was really aggressive diving into that corner, we're just going to try to bail, let him go, and I'll just set up 2 passes to make the race interesting, hopefully. Just gonna let the 8 go. I know how aggressive he is. He's eventually gonna wreck, most likely. Don't want to lose too much time to the 7, but I know the 8's gonna overdrive it. We're not gonna challenge here again. Same thing, just stick in this line. Just gonna bail and let him go, fall in behind him. Hope to find a spot and get there. If I didn't have very good pace, I'd be really angry and say, okay, I just tossed the whole race away, but
the leader's just
got the possibility of still getting back there, I feel like.
The guy behind has just done 107.9.
How long do we get stuck by the 8 when the 8 does something stupid? So we're sitting about a second and a half back from the 7. Just gonna sit here, kind of bide our time, wait for a good spot. I cannot believe I made that mistake. Well,
Looks like
7 and the 8 both made mistakes, so just as fast as I say Walter figured out, we
Well done,
get the lead
Jake.
back.
Great move. Keep it up.
That was fun. I guess the goal is to not make any more dumb mistakes, take advantage of that massive, massive break. Probably was a bit too aggressive trying to thread the gap between the 8 and the 7 there. It's probably not the safest move. And see if I can go after halfway decent lap time. If I can get into the 106s, I'll be really happy with that lap time. Draft has a little bit of a play. The straights aren't quite long enough that you can get massive runs compared to how the
Slow in,
IR
fast
was.
out. Keep the inside line covered. You're in the lead. He's quicker than us in Foster's. Sector 3 is 0.42.
12 is trying to work his way up to us as well. He's a second and a half back, so it's going to be something to be mindful of if he continues to click off fast laps and I don't. Hit that curve a little bit, can't get that, it just upsets the balance of the car. Does not allow as well of drive off the corner. Really feel like I'm starting to kind of get a handle on, even if I can't do it, where am I giving up time? It's just a matter of figuring out how to make the adjustments in my driving to not give up that time. Terrible corner entry there. Really bad entry, kills the exit off. Just gave up like a 10th there. Eight with almost dive in again. Didn't think he'd come quite that far. His dives are going to hurt him off. Hopefully, in the course of the lap, I can start building up some gap, pull away from him. And then those dives don't become as big of an effect.
That's your quickest so far. Sector 3 is 0.
Had to get an off track because I clipped the berm there, and it allows the 8 to pull back. Just, yep, stupid mistake on my part. And that's why I'm still running this series. I'm still making dumb mistakes like that. A little too hard on the throttle, kind of over-rotated the car off a little bit, cost myself a couple hundreds there. The other thing I've been trying to do as well is kind of think about this like some of my oval racing, meaning that I know this is a low horsepower, momentum-based car, so I know from like ARCA or late model or CFix, you really don't want to be sliding the car around at all. That's just killing speed and time. So I've been trying to do the same thing of finding the rotation to be efficient through the corners, but not sliding it. And sometimes that's also, you know, mattered about getting the throttle down, that you can't just go full throttle right off the bat. So it's all stuff I've really been trying to work on to improve the lap times. Hoping that the 12 is going to get stuck behind the 8, because the 12's definitely right now got the pace to beat me. And if I can get the 12 to get stuck behind the 8, maybe I can build enough of a lead. Be okay. Just cannot put together a solid lap. Every lap I'm making a mistake in a corner that I know I can be faster on. Hoping that aggression that the 8 had from trying to dive in, I'll have the aggression and try to block the 12 from getting by. If I can do that, that'll allow me to pull away. I think that was, I can't tell if they hit the curve if that was a little bit of a blink, but we're going to see, because the 12 is going to look to the right side of the 8 now. Gets by him with no issue. That's not a good sign. Oh, we might be finishing second. So we still got 8 to go.
Your lap time was 107.42.
12's really lighting up quick laps. Although we're able to build up a little bit of a gap there in turn 1. Last time by the 12 was about a 10th and a half faster, and that was a little over a 10th off what they had been running. Trying to put together as good a laps as I can. At least try to mirror what the 12's doing. This race is getting better than I wanted it to be. I mean, a really good job by the 12.
Incident in the elite. You think it might be white?
Way to do it.
The gap behind is now 0.9.
Don't know if I'm going to get to the 106 mark in this race, but our goal is just to run smooth, efficient laps. and that's not the way to do it. That was the case of too much throttle too early. Ah, stupid mistakes.
Okay, Jake, that's half distance. Fuel levels are
Stupid
fine.
mistakes
Sector 1's
are
quick.
definitely
Sector 2 is
giving
0.27 off the pace.
more drama in
Sector
this
3
race,
is 0.
keeping it interesting for you guys.
Off the pace.
Just as I say, I feel like I'm getting better and figuring it out. Completely blow it. Same thing below that corner. Have to stay wide for the 12. There's nothing I can do. Alright, well that...
Come on, don't let him get away.
Like the last time I said that was the shot for the race win, that probably was it. Just gonna do what we can. Watch the 8 be aggressive. This time we're gonna throw some blocks. I cannot afford to have to get by the 8 a second time, and I know I can withstand the 8. We're going to watch the dive in the last corner, most likely. I think he might be far enough back, though, that I can sustain a dive. Smooth on the throttle. And we'll be good. Half a second back of the 12 right now. 6 laps to settle it.
V2.
Clip it again, dumb off track.
Watch those lines.
Just trying to find every efficiency that I can, and I'm just doing stupid stuff. Comes the 8 with a dive.
Force him to find the gap.
I'm not really quite sure what his thought was there. That was a pretty far way to dive back, so. Cool. That's rookie Mazdas for you. So, lead's gone. No shot at that. I don't know, I guess I should have seen that coming, but I don't feel like I have to adjust my line for somebody that wants to dive that many car lengths back.
Back in front is increased to 0.9.
So we'll just try to get back to him. And I will do the respectful thing and try to set that pass up cleanly. I can easily come in with vengeance and feel justified if I wanted to shove him out of the way. But we'll do the reasonable thing and just try to pass him cleanly. 5 to go. I mean, self-inflicted wounds shouldn't have ever been in that spot if I wouldn't have messed things up, but I don't know, not really understanding why you dive like you do. It's just not, I don't know, maybe that's aggression, and documented that I am not a very aggressive driver. Push it wide again. They're off track like an idiot. Wait for the smart point to make the move on the 8.
There's an incident in D Elite. Looks like it's Sirenin.
Kind of trying to scare him a little bit, see if I can get him to make a mistake. We know he's going to block. We know he's going to be aggressive. Just keep trying to put pressure.
There's a car exit in the pits. Heads up.
I feel like I'm keeping pace with the 12, which I guess makes me somewhat happy. There goes off track for the 8, although the off tracks aren't going to matter too much. I need to wreck more than I need the off track, or just some sort of overshoot. Kind of like that. Tried to run him. Tried to hold it, but knew he was gonna cut down, so didn't quite execute that as well as I needed to. Back out early. We'll catch a run out of the corner.
Push now. We might get second place.
Normally don't do first gear, but just stayed too wide and then forced myself to the track like an idiot. Alright, well, 3 laps, resettle. This is why I still am in this series, because I make dumb mistakes. Should have just fallen in behind him. Never done that. We would have been good. We wouldn't have taken the off track, and I'd be a couple tenths behind instead of a full second. Well, the bright side is I feel like I have enough pace that I can close most of this gap up in this lap. Can't even get, like I said, I can be angry at the 8 for the dive. I can't really get all that angry at him though, because if I wouldn't have made the mistake that allowed the 12 to get by, I'd never have to be battling the 8 at all, so
The gap's now 0.5.
it's all been self-inflicted wounds that have caused these situations. So, we know there's potential of it getting better. This is definitely better, but still got a long way to go before I can get out of this. This will be documented evidence that there is some progress.
2 to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
I don't even know if I'll get by the 8. I mean, I'm supposed to finish 3rd, so 3rd is not bad, but I feel like I easily could finish 2nd. That curving a little bit, kill the drive off. Thankfully, there's no pressure behind from the 9 or the 4. They're engaged in their own battle. Like I entered a little slow, just trying to be faster out. Too much throttle early, gotta boost again. White flag, just about a half second back.
Okay, Jake, 1 more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium. P3.
Pushed it wide, off track again.
107.33. The stewards have warned us for
I'm
cutting the track.
so
Continue
terrible
between
at
white
that,
lines.
just so bad. See the difference when you don't clip the curb, how much better it is out of the corner in that spot. Alright, well, we're gonna have to get aggressive now.
We think P5 has binned it in Knickerbrook.
Contact I'm not too worried about because he wants to be aggressive, so that's fine. It's gonna give him a second.
Here. Keep harrying him.
Like I said, you could easily just dump him here. Not dump him, but I could easily have just pushed him off here in the last corner, but we're not going to do that. It's a rookie race. It's not what I'm trying to do. So we'll finish 3rd. Feels like a thrown away win. Just, yeah, I don't know.
We're on the podium. Good
I mean,
drive.
from a sportsmanship-wise, I feel like I come away looking better than he did. You know, if you want to aggressively drive in the rookie series, be my guest. It's your call, I guess. It's not what I would have done personally, so we'll take a look at that stuff. Sorry about that. Get the overlay off so we can look at everything. Yeah, I don't know. A lot to unpack. So we're gonna look. And jump to start. I mean, watch it. Like, the green's gonna come out, and the leader just, I don't know if he didn't have the RPMs up or what. He just did not go. Pull away. Jack up. Next one. Yeah, right here. That's where I screwed it up. Just, that was when I forgot to downshift and tried to downshift quickly. It's not good. So that allowed the 7 on by. And let's watch the 8's aggression here. This is, you know, he's along the side. I kind of saw he was diving, so this is when I just chose to bail and let him go. So then we're gonna fast forward. Where they both spin right here. So the 7's going to just, let's see. He's in. It looks like he just comes in too quick. Kind of did, I don't know if he got the curb or if he kind of did the same thing. He spins off to the side. And let's watch it from my perspective, because the 8's going to push it way wide there, which obviously I did that as well. So cut there. I was kind of close to almost hitting the 7. I had to stay in to avoid the 8. So then let's watch the mistake where I just completely screwed up that corner again. Gets 12 on by. It's going to be almost the exact same thing you saw the 8 do on that lap. Just way too late at braking, and it pushed it wide, so I had to keep it there. And the 12 got a really good run. I had, like, he was already clear before this corner, but I was, electing to allow him to go anyways. And then we're going to watch the 8. Here's our best friend. That was the spot where I did throw the block just to make sure, which it really wasn't much of a block, I'd say. He's going to get the run. I think it's not this corner that he dives in. So we'll just watch through this lap. Just trying to keep toe with the 12. Like I said, we had a few laps left, so I knew it was a manageable gap. Clipped the apron, went wide. Clipped the berm, whatever you want to call it. Hit the hill, off-tracked them. It was pretty much where almost all my off-tracks came from, was that first corner, me just trying to hit it the right way. So there's the dive. Let's, see how far back he is at that point. So he's like a good, probably 4 car lengths back there, and he just dives it in and then gets into the right rear of me and knocks me out. So I don't know if that was he overshot the corner, which, I mean, it's rookies, like, it easily can happen, or if that was just a big dive bomb and he drives it in. If it would have been me in that situation, I would have elected to slow down and just give the spot back and then try to do it cleanly the next time. But again, I guess that's the lower aggression side of me plus the sportsmanship side, that, like, I'd rather pass somebody clean and respectfully and have that respect than just blast through people. I don't know. It's just how I was raised, how I want to race, and how I would like to be raced. Obviously, not everybody's going to do that. So, that was kind of the move that sealed the battle, not getting to the 12. So we still end up finishing third at least, which is not a bad spot to be. I don't know, just too many self-inflicted wounds. That's literally all I can say. Like, it's frustrating and say, oh yeah, the 8 dive bombed me. That took me out of a shot to go with the 12, but I just made way too many mistakes. I had the lead once, screwed it up. Got it back a second time, screwed it up. Should have kept it that time, screwed it up again. And, it is what it is. So our friend 8 finishes with 5 instants, somehow the same as me, which is fun. 12 had 7. I'm guessing some of these were off tracks for the people that are single digits. So let me know your thoughts on the 8. If you think it was a dive bomb, if you think it was fine and I just needed to see it coming and stay wide, let him overshoot it or something. I don't know. It's when you're 4 car lengths back, he had the tendency to dive bomb, but I can't play scared every single corner. I feel like as well. I'd be giving up too much time that way. So you guys tell me what you think. Hopefully you can see some progress in my driving. Finish out the rest of the season, hopefully clean up some of these stupid mistakes off tracks, the lack of consistency that way, and hopefully keep the pace going and even get a little bit faster. And maybe for the start of season 2, maybe think about, some open setup stuff, mixing it with this or going to that. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one, and until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.